Hi guys, let's compare these two cars, the Impreza and the, oh, not that one. We want to compare the Impreza with the S2000 on Deep Forest, the data logger. Right, so this is what we've got. Let's have a look at speed and gap. Right, uh, they're very, very closely matched. So I'm looking at the top bit. Okay, I guess I can't move over there. Let me see if the control pad will help. This bit, right? So if you have a look, so we've got two things. We've got like the racing line. Racing line's slightly different, but you know, the white car, which is the Impreza, is straight lining it a hell of a lot more than the S2000. So that's quite interesting, the racing line. Let's see if we can change this thing. Oh no, you can't change that, I don't think. Okay, speed and gap, can we change that? No. But we've got these things down here. Okay, so which one is the gap? It's got the gap over here, but which line is it? So the blue is the Subaru, and the yellow is the S2000. And you can see the trace is like super similar. But I don't know what that top line is. If anyone knows what that top line is, leave it in the comments below, because I'm learning this along with you guys, really. Right, so what do we have here? We've got the throttle position. You've got the map over here to show you where we are. And it's pretty similar all in all, but the blue one can hold the throttle a little bit more open in a couple of these places where the yellow is like peaking down a bit. So overall, and you'd expect that with all-wheel drive, you can get on the gas a little bit sooner and stay on the gas a little bit longer. Okay, and what do we have here? Engine RPM. Now the Honda engine, which is the yellow line, is more of a screamer, which is why you got higher RPM. So this will lead to slightly more visceral experience in real life, because you're just hitting the higher revs. Technically, it's going to be sort of more fun, I guess, in the sound sense. Now on the PlayStation, the sound is like it's all coming from the speakers, and it sounds quite similar-ish. Not in terms of tone, but in terms of volume. So in real life, that most likely be very different. I did prefer the Subaru experience whilst I was driving it. Let's see if we can change one of these. So we've got let's look at the lateral acceleration. Oh, this is an interesting one. So a little bit more, they're very similar, aren't they? Higher peak for the Subaru right there. Broadly quite similar. Higher peak for the Subaru again there. Do we have one where right there is a slightly higher peak for the Honda? But pretty similar in terms of like maximum peak acceleration. You've also got this one. So if you have a look, we got slightly more. I think the yellow got a little bit more like on the extreme ends. So like the furthest down is the yellow, and the furthest across is yellow. That's quite interesting. But all in all, the lateral acceleration looks broadly similar. You got a few bits here where Honda's a little bit higher, and a few bits here where the Subaru is a bit higher. And that one's an interesting one, isn't it? The Subaru is a bit higher over there. Engine RPM we discussed. What about anything else? Let's have a look at what else we have. got longitudinal acceleration. So this is just basically car performance, right? And again, they're quite similar. Blue line's slightly ahead, just a meteor engine, I guess. Here, the yellow one, the Honda, has a flatter curve, which means it's more steady. But very, very similar trace. What do we have? Speed and gap. Okay. Let's it says change mode. Change mode and what? I don't know what the difference is between that and that. Oh, that's it. This is the actual gap between the cars themselves. Okay, interesting. You can adjust the scale to have a more accurate breakdown. Okay. Change view. Okay, interesting. Change mode. Oh, okay, so this is the real life, the trace at the bottom. Okay. And we've got the speed difference right here. Let's equalize it, because that way you can see which one is faster and when. And it's like they swap position a little bit. Yeah, super interesting. Very evenly matched cars. What else do we have here? We have, okay, done the map scale thing. Done that. Let's change view again and again. And what else do we have? Gear. I mean, you know, what do you want for the gear? We've got the brake as well. And oh, okay. So you have to brake slightly earlier for the Honda. Okay, you can make it go faster. So I'm pressing the R2. Okay, there we go. Very interesting. All right, well, that would wrap up this video. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.